2027?
Most influential ideology in the world.
Okay, so humans also, we're a herd species in general. We don't want to be left behind or left out. So maybe there's a chance if you just keep like plugging away and just keep getting people to join year after year, Facebook group by Facebook group, by 2027 or 2030, whatever it is, like essentially stick to the path. And if enough people join the group where if you are not subscribed to Don't Die, you're going to be a fucking idiot. You're going to be left behind, essentially. And the basic human need that you're appealing to is shame almost.
Exactly.
Which, if that's what it takes, who cares?
So the invitation is you guys become Don't Die citizens, that you actually sign up. All right, so this is the pledge. If you want to be a citizen, I pledge to rage against the dying of the light, become a practitioner of the Don't Die ethos, caring for myself, others, and the planet, and honor existence as the highest virtue. Because we are at war with death and its causes, building towards an infinite horizon, and fighting for the freedom to exist as long as one chooses. Why? Because we have things to do tomorrow. On the eve of superintelligence, now is the time to boldly act. So that's the invitation, is that we go back to the 25th century and they are looking through history, who were the bravest characters of the early 21st century that represented the most beautiful elements of conscious existence, of intelligent life in this part of the galaxy, that they would point to you and say, they saw it, they did it, they overcame their short-sighted, pleasure-seeking, primitive proclivities and said, we are bigger as a conscious species, that we aspire to bigger things. And that's the invitation, that you guys are that, right? That you see it, like you've now been exposed to the ideas, you've like run a couple cycles. It's gonna take you some time to roll through the ideas. It just takes time. Talmage, I think, did a dozen before. Every time we do this, he's like, Dad, I think I understand a bit more. Right? It just takes time to really go through it. So you guys were great. You really went far in the conversation. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. And it just takes finesse to hang with the conversation. It's very, very hard to have. So you guys did a great job. So I'm glad you're here.
Do you remember one of the best questions or hardest questions you've had to answer that someone's asked you in your dinners?
Talmage, what would you say is?
It's like you said, like maybe initially in the first few dinners, there were like a couple edge cases that you'd have to figure out. But after a certain point, these are over 99% predictable. So it's like every single question that's asked that he answers, I almost have a script in my head. Like I know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
Because the questions are so predictable.
Yeah.
So like I've actually hosted some of these my own and basically run the script that he wrote up.
That's awesome.
And it works.
So we are NPCs.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know if you ever go to Agape, like on Sunday, where Michael Bernard's back with. It's a non-denominational spiritual center.
Yeah.
But like, bro, like people would go see you speak like weekly, like if you wanted it to be like a religion, like.
But what is the have you been asked like a hardest question or something that really got you to scratch your head or like question your
so
ideology?
people typically, they want to stump me with ethical quandaries.
Okay.
So they'll say,
like playing God?
Well, they'll say something like, okay, you have $1 to spend on Don't Die. Do you spend it on this or that, right? And both are like equally good or equally bad options. Okay. And so the premise behind Don't Die is not that we've solved all ethics and all morals. So like democracy, we said, hey, the United States of America, we're 13 colonies, we're gonna be a union, we're gonna say no to the monarch. But it wasn't like we had democracy solved. It was just like, we're going in this direction because the monarch doesn't scale like a democracy scales. And now we've been fighting for democracy for 200 years. Like what does it mean to be a democracy? We still fight. So Don't Die is the same way. We're gonna fight over Don't Die. Like everyone's gonna have a different idea on what Don't Die means, but you're locked in on a new direction. So this is the thing where, in our previous conversation, just look back in time, certain ideas tried to solve the riddle of existence, right? Buddha said it's the ego death, eightfold path, right? Reincarnation, exit from the plane. Muhammad said, submit to God. Jesus said, I am the Son of God. Marx said, class warfare. American founding fathers said, democracy. Like people have tried to solve like what is existence about? And so it makes total sense that we as a species would say, what is existence about in this moment?